Hey, welcome to Happiness Bar. My goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. And today, we are working on a pretty sweet little classic cocktail. This cocktail is made with a blended scotch. It's made with a peated scotch. It's made with lemon and ginger and honey. It's shaken up, it's double strained, it's served on the rocks, and we're gonna garnish that with a little bit of candied ginger. This cocktail is called the Penicillin. So the Penicillin was created in the 2000s by Sam Ross when he was working at Milk and Honey, which was a cocktail bar that was owned and created by Sasha Petrosky. This cocktail is a modern classic and it's fantastic. It's known throughout the craft cocktail world. And it's pretty simple too. There's not a whole lot of prep. All we gotta do today is make a ginger honey syrup and juice some lemons. And that's really it. And for this cocktail, like I said, we are using a blended scotch. Now, I got this nice bottle of Johnny Walker. It's a high rye blended scotch. It was a gift from my buddy Dave, so thank you. So I decided to use this on this cocktail. And side note, I made a Rob Roy with this last night. Fantastic, man. The Johnny Walker little high rye blended scotch, really cool for the Rob Roy. Now, you also heard me mention a peated scotch. That's gonna be used to kind of just finish the cocktail off. We're gonna top the cocktail with it just to get a little bit of that smoky peatiness on the cocktail. All right, so when it comes to scotch, there are 5 regions that are known for producing scotch in Scotland. There's Speyside, there's Lowlands, Highlands, Islay, and Campbelltown. Now, my preference personally leans towards the Highland scotches. Those are my go-tos, but in the context of this cocktail, you need a peated scotch, and those are predominantly made in the region of Islay. Now, for this cocktail, you're only using a 1/4 ounce, so I recommend just getting like a cheaper Islay scotch. Unless you really like drinking the peated scotches on the rocks at home, then maybe get something a little pricier like Lafroig or like Ben Riach Smoky 10. That's a great one. Otherwise, if you're just using it for this cocktail, something cheap, in the $20 or $30 range would be perfect. So yeah. First thing we gotta do for this cocktail is we gotta make that ginger honey syrup. All right, so I've got my fresh ginger here and we got some nice honey. We are going to make a richer ginger honey syrup. So we're gonna do 4 parts honey to 3 parts ginger juice. First thing we gotta do is we gotta juice up our ginger. So I'm gonna grab my juicer. So we are looking for 250 grams of ginger juice. So I'm gonna get this thing started up. So we're gonna probably aim for like 300 milliliters of ginger juice and then we'll weigh it out for the 250 grams. So all we gotta do, you got one of these juicers, is just break these up small enough, drop them down in. Right, we're looking good. And there we have it, guys, our ginger juice. Let's go ahead and weigh this up for our ginger honey syrup. Place our ginger syrup aside. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh my honey directly into my pot. That way I don't lose any volume while scooping it into the pot. So let me zero that out. All right, and we are looking for 334 grams of honey. All right, we got our 334 grams of honey. Set that pot over here. Zero out the scale. We're gonna weigh out our 250 grams of ginger juice. Go ahead and add that to the pot with the honey. And let's crank our burner on to a medium-high heat. Give this a nice stir. And we're gonna wanna bring this up to a simmer and allow all that honey to dissolve into the ginger juice. All right, while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some blue tape to label and date. Give this a nice little stir as I see it heating up here. Oh, that smells fantastic, man. That ginger is in the air. All right, I think we are looking good, guys. It's heated up enough. All that honey looks dissolved into the ginger. Yep, I'm going to take that off the burner. Just go ahead and pour it into our storage container. Boom. There you have it, guys. Ginger honey syrup done. Go ahead and set that aside because the next thing we gotta do is we gotta cut and juice our lemons. Let's grab a couple lemons. Cut them up. Juice them up. Twice. Grab a lid. Let's label and date. And guys, your lemon juice. Good for 2 days, throw it out on the 3rd day. Oh, also, shelf life on your ginger honey syrup, I give it up to a month refrigerated. It may last longer because honey doesn't really go bad, but the ginger juice might, so you know, just keep an eye on it. All right, our lemon juice is done, our ginger syrup is done. That is it for the prep work today, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into making the Penicillin. All right, guys, this is a shaken cocktail, so first thing we're gonna need is our shaker tin, and we're gonna need our jigger. And we're also gonna need our glassware. So, working cheapest and most expensive ingredients, we're gonna start with our 3/4 ounce lemon juice and a 1/2 ounce of our honey ginger syrup. And we're gonna go with 2 ounces of our blended scotch. Let's go ahead and ice our container and our glassware. Large ice cube for our glassware. And guys, if you wanna know how to make that super clear, large ice, this is not it. I did some quick ice for this. You can check out my clear ice video. It's under my Bar Essentials playlist. I'll try to drop a link in the description of this video. And let's ice the shaker tin all the way to the top with ice. Seal her up, shake it for 12 seconds. Grab our Hawthorne and our basket strainer. And let's double strain this cocktail. Now, for the peated scotch, we're gonna do a 1/4 ounce and just layer her right on top. And lastly, for garnish, I'm gonna throw 2 of these candied gingers right on the cocktail. And there it is, guys, the penicillin. Let's taste. That little bit of smoke from that peated scotch from Islay on the nose. Definitely that ginger comes through. Nice and hot from that ginger. The way in which I make that ginger syrup definitely gives you a very bold ginger flavor, but I love the spice that it brings to this cocktail. A beautiful, light level of sweetness, not overly sweet by any means with that honey. The acid from that lemon really kind of comes through. Scotch is beautiful, still the star. Man, that peated scotch on top though really kind of gives you a bold, smoky note on the cocktail. It's just enough, that little bit of 1/4 ounce. Beautiful little modern classic here to start off the spring for us. There it is, guys, the penicillin. I'm gonna eat one of these ginger candies. Beautiful. Real nice, nice compliment. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Maybe you made it along with me. Maybe you wrote it down, save for a later date. But either way, let me know how you're liking everything. And as always, guys, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole is the best way to support local business. Become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking. Oh, I choked on the ginger candy. Become a regular somewhere by Fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, become a regular somewhere. It's your local watering hole, something like that. It's the best way to support local business. Become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications, because we got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone.